I'm Tanis Leonhardi. This is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi, and this is my video for my timeline and tasks. Because it's a shared timeline and tasks, technically. So just timeline and tasks for my hypotheticals, moving, and my who am I wedding. So this is the timeline and tasks for a 4-day, 3-night moving scenario of me moving out of my parents' house and in with my soulmates, with my wedding to my soulmates, time coincident with my moving. We have deemed that me making my exercise sessions and theme day of the week videos are non-essential in order to keep up with moving, the wedding, and YouTubing as best we can, which I brought that one up before. Anything else for the introduction? So my Dominique Sabosai asking my dad in John Dale for my hand in marriage. It went my dad, and my dad said yes. My mom said yes, and then John Dale, and John Dale said yes. I don't know if he asked Janae. Yay? Nay? Either way? Yay? So I would go with yes, though. Okay. And that's Janae Dale. So that's a little tidbit. And that was, I started talking to my parents about love more generally speaking in like January, February 2018, including like falling in love and what true love meant and real love meant and like mature love and stuff like that. And then that year, I think it was the year my sister got engaged. I believe it was like approximately summer. I'm not sure about that. I have no idea when her husband, now husband, asked for my sister's hand in marriage. I think they did. I think my dad brought that up, I think, one time. But I don't know. They clearly did not copycat me in my wedding, right? Okay, so that chronology, like, I would say is a safe 2 different things that kind of, at least the asking for the hand in marriage might have been like first half of 2018 for both my sister's now husband and my Dominique Sabosai. But they were their own storylines. Okay, my sister living her life and me living my life, and my dad being like, you know, and my mom and stuff. About the same time. Okay, so that's the introduction. So here we go. Day 0. People's to help me move arrive ? So I'm including a day 0 here, where day 0 means like the first batch or everybody or however many first peoples arrive at like 8 p.m. to midnight. So they arrive late in the day to like my parents' bedtime, so like they arrive but we don't get anything done, and like my YouTubing might already be done for the day and stuff like that. So then I would say in that case, day 1, the people to arrive to help me move may or may not be true depending on how many arrived that first night, but the tasks don't begin in that scenario until day 1. If they arrive earlier in the day, then we go to the next day, so day 1, which is people's to help me move arrive ? And that might be in waves. That might be one big pulse. I would guess it's waves. It might be like one car of 5 people arrive to kind of be like, here we are, and more people are coming, and this is kind of that kind of thing. They might arrive at 3 a.m. and wake my parents up, and then come knock on my door and wake me up. They might arrive at like 5 a.m. and my dad's already up, possibly mom and or Kona as well, and I go down the stairs, and maybe I sleep in, and this is true at a later time as well, and they're there, and I'm like, look at all these handsome individuals. I have so many friends here this morning, something like that. Or they show up during the day, whenever that may be it whoever's here. I might be out on my walk run, and you know, Andre pulls over in a truck and is like, hop in lady, it's time to move you home, and they bring me back and there's already some people here, or there's not and we arrive. Or like I'm in the garage and the garage door opens and like, you know, in walks Andre and Dominique or Ed or something, and I'm on my stationary bicycle pedaling, and they walk in front of me and they're like, time to move you, and just pick up the stationary bicycle with me on it, and, you know, start moving this to the truck. First thing to go in the moving truck is the stationary bicycle or something like that. Okay, or I'm rowing and there's a knock at the door and yeah. Okay, point being, so this is the like day 1 is like kind of anything up to like evening. So then, is there a marriage proposal that day? Airport pickup for any more peoples to help me move / here for the wedding. So that's a question mark as well. Cancel any scheduled commitments / appointments. So this is like if I have dog sitting that I'm doing, if I'm going to Zoo Lights or a museum with Aunt Danette, or if I have a scheduled going to see Grandma Connie or Gordy and Jan or something like that, cancel it. If I have scheduled appointments, be it for my car, my eyes, my teeth, my whatever, etc., it may be, cancel that. Start transferring funds in transferring / closing accounts. So that's like the $10 million each to my mom and my dad. So transferring funds. Transferring / closing accounts such as cell phone and bank accounts. Okay. For a few such as. And then start packing / shipping belongings and critters. So Robert might be early. Robert Irwin might be early on the train. People to arrive to get the critters. Squirrels and whatever else may be coming with us. Some birds definitely want to come. And this is one of the most sought after critter havens along this Scully back out of the back house. So we don't worry, taking away the ones that go with us. It'll soon be swarmed by more. Food and supplies runs. So if we don't have enough bins, if we need boxes, if we need tape, run out as possible. Like go to places like with the car, or maybe Jacob, you can pretend exit runs. Be funny, not funny. Sorry, Jacob. Food. So like Top Pot donuts. We want to get, if it's the first night and there's no rehearsal dinner or wedding dinner, maybe we get a Zell's Famous Chicken, or split it between multiple places, right? We got a whole list of places we did tastings, and that one's still Seattle founded. Okay. So they, and note on the formatting for the video description, if it has a question mark by it, it could be a couple possibilities, or it just see where it kind of falls into place. So it's not like rigid kind of thing. It's allowing for flexibility. Let's put it that way. Okay, day 2, marriage proposal. Airport pickup for any more peoples to help me move / here for the wedding, question mark. Okay, and that was the question mark for that one. And then continue transferring funds and transferring / closing accounts. Finish packing / shipping belongings and critters. Yes, we're trying to get that all done the first day. Grooming for the wedding. So that's like cutting my hair, shaving, that kind of stuff. Groom and me and anybody else who wants to get ready kind of thing. Prep ahead kind of thing. Rehearsal ceremony, rehearsal dinner and dessert, food and supply runs. So right, there's the wedding part and the moving part. Day 3, cleaning. So that's like cleaning up the garage because I've got stuff in there, cleaning up where the critter stuff was, cleaning up the rooms, especially with everything moved out that we're moving out, that kind of thing. Dump and donations runs, and any repairs that we need to do. So this is everything of my stuff should be moved out. So then essentially, except for like sleeping bags or that kind of stuff. So essentially now we clean and fix and get rid of what we need to get rid of, since everything's moved out kind of thing. Finish transferring funds and transferring / closing accounts. Clothing, hair, and makeup for the wedding. Dedicated space preparations. So like preparations for the wedding, like dedicate in like the rehearsal dinner, and do we have everything for slicing the wedding cake, and do we have everything to protect the surface or surfaces, if it's wood or granite, and we need coasters, or if we don't need coasters, do we need a tablecloth, that kind of stuff. So getting those preparations done. Wedding / marriage ceremony, wedding / marriage reception, including dinner and dessert, and then food and supply runs. All right, so if the marriage is in the evening, it's dinner, but what about breakfast and lunch for the day? Edmund's Top Pot Donuts, we might be headed your way a number of days. Okay, day 4. So day 4, breakfast together, ship / store my vehicle. So if possible, could do before day 4. So the car, if people bring rental cars, or we have a house and there's like a garage or something up in Bellingham, right, or wherever, if there is a storage option for my vehicle and we end up using a different vehicle, or we don't need my vehicle, that could be stored and or shipped before day 4. But this is the day I'm kind of allocating that for. Right? 'Cause if we use my car to go get food each morning, be it I'm part of the crew getting food or not, then we still need the car. And then depart for where moving to. So that's like airport departure. Okay, so that's day 4. Now, notice about the whole thing. During the move / following the move. So that includes goodbyes. And there's also texts for like texting people. So I guess text updates to family. So like inviting people to the wedding. Goodbyes. And it's for the text updates to family, I'm probably going to stay close with like the family on this side of the mountains, this small family, and then figure out after. So I guess that's during and after, right? Text updates to the family. So that's thinking of the first group of family notified, and then after that, notifying as appropriate, as we remember, and appropriate after we've moved or are on the airplane if we're really excited, or however it plays out, giving us a grace period to do that, but keeping the people really close in updated so they can drop by if they want to. Okay. Goodbyes. Online updates, including Yelp, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So that's stuff like changing where my residence is on my, or where I'm currently located on LinkedIn, Yelp, and YouTube. So from Seattle area resident to, if we're moving to Scotland resident, that kind of stuff. So people like, because if I wait till after, I'm gonna be like, oh, I have too much to do. And I actually have like a bunch of, I have folders with a list of, for each platform, I have a list of things to do during the move, and if I can, and then after the move. So, and including curation for here on YouTube. And I'm running low on time, so I'm not going to go through it. But like, so the wedding playlist, I go through and update video descriptions as applicable. So like if the wedding comes to be, instead of the link to the playlist being my first wedding, whether or not it comes to be, it'd be a link to the playlist for my Zaposla and my wedding, for example, in quotation marks, like something simple like that. But that's after my 7 to 28 days off kind of thing. Okay, so there's that. So there's updates. Adjustments for running training immediately following the arrival at my new home. So 7 to 28 days of no running. 7 days minimum, 28 days to phasing it back in for training. So if you wanted to know, just no. We need to drive the streets and find stuff and maybe make a video to post 6 years down the road kind of thing, you know? Delaying celebrating Ramadan for at least 1 year. Paying taxes. So we need to make sure we get whatever information to my parents for when they pay taxes. If they claim me for part of the dependent part of the year, and if not, how do we go about doing it? Either way, I guess. Mailing presents for birthdays and Christmas in the first year after moved. So $1 million checks for each person, unless a person is a solo household. So like my Aunt Danette and Grandma Connie, $2 million checks. And that'd be for their birthday and for Christmas for 1 year. But giving us a grace period of like, if it's somebody's birthday while we're moving, give ourselves like a week or two to notice, or the 7 to 28 days, and get followed back up. A belated present in that case, but follow through. And then there's the $10 million for each for my parents. But in addition to that, everybody gets some change, so to speak, that first year. So not forgetting about, so that'd be, yeah. And that includes Gordy Jan, my Aunt Danette, Grandma Connie, and Lindsay and Jake. And then my parents get the $1 million for the birthday and the Christmas as well. All right, in conclusion, is a lot. Legacy after the wedding. So Megan Dressel and Caleb Dressel want to be the first royal couple in the history of the United States of America and call it Dresselland. And Molly Carlson and her husband, so she's a Canadian diver. And Megan Dressel and Caleb Dressel are both American swimmers. Molly Carlson is a Canadian diver, and her husband is a French diver named Gary Hunt. I think he's French now. And they are trying to cut synchronized diving platform and springboard from the diving program. I will not have as prolific as a legacy as them. And the Dressels want to call the United States of America for the official name to change to Dresselland and for them to be king and queen. I'm not going to do that. We just want to grace here, and we still aim to be back here, but synchronizing interactions might be a little longer. So that's timeline and tasks. And I'm Tanis Corley, Leonhardi, and this is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi.